I am back on my Times 10 Books Twitter page. That's at Times 10. You see up here that I created in the basics of Twitter video that hopefully you've seen already. And I just wanted to come back in here and show you some of the things you can do right away once you have confirmed your new account. So I went ahead and changed this picture, which will eventually show up here as well. So we'll come in and we'll view profile, but there's another video on this later, and you can edit your profile in here, and we'll take a look at that in a while. So what I want to do now in this piece is really talk about Twitter settings. So we're going to come into the settings, and you see up here some of the information I've already put in. Now you might want to change your time zone here. Things down here you can take a look at, and a lot of this is just your own decisions. What do you want? So like I'll click off video autoplay. I don't want the videos to play automatically. If I'm scrolling through my Twitter feed in a place that's quiet, I may not want that. And again, you can look at these on your own and decide what you want to do. So I would save those changes, and then it asks me just to make sure to re-enter my password. So I'm just going to cancel for now. So up here you can set up your security. And later on, if we talk about using Twitter with students in a classroom, we might want to, for younger kids, we might want to come in here and make sure that they set up their Twitter feed to be private. So I might put protect my tweets, and that means that anyone who is viewing your tweets would have to be a friend of yours. You would have had to have accepted them. So that's a really good feature. So you go through here again. I wouldn't do that now for this course, or if you really want to engage with a big audience, you really don't want to protect your tweets. So you can go through here and you can look at all of these things, and you can decide what you want to do. You know, direct messages, do you want to receive them from anyone or only from people you're following? I tend to leave this off because I want to receive direct messages only from people who I'm following, who are my friends on Twitter. Again, find friends feature, very easy. We talked about that a little bit earlier. There's a lot of things you can do. If there are accounts you don't like, you could block those. You can come in and change the design, your background theme, all kinds of things. Very easy to do as long as you know how to get in there. And remember, you just came up here to the profile picture and clicked on settings, and that was the way that I did that. Now let's go home. And you see here, I haven't even sent a tweet yet. And these are just those people that Twitter followed for me. So I probably wouldn't follow Justin Bieber. So let's say maybe I want to not follow the Biebs. I can just click there, and now his tweets won't show up anymore. Some things you can do with tweets. You know, let's say, so I just got a new tweet. Isn't that great? You know, ESPN Cleveland, say something about LeBron James. So if I want to retweet that to my audience, and I don't have a very big audience now, 3 followers, but if I did, I just hover over there, click retweet. I can annotate, I can add something to the tweet, and then I can just click retweet. Now if you use Buffer, that's a scheduling tool. You could buffer the tweet, but we won't talk about that right now. So you know, if I find a tweet I like, you know, this has a web address for a story. I might want to read that story later. One of the things I can do, Twitter has this heart or like feature, and it's similar to Facebook, but what's great about it too is that in addition to showing someone that you like what they tweeted, when you click on that, what that will do is it will archive that for you, so that you can find that later. Now, a lot of people just like everything, and then you're going to have a huge list of likes. But if you want to use this as an archiving tool, your heart feature, you just click in there, and then that will be archived for you in your like section, and you can get to that later on. So, and we'll take a look at that. But then again, let's say I just want to reply to Cleveland Browns. I click there, and it says @Browns, and if I send that tweet, type something in and hit tweet, it goes to @Browns. Now other people would be able to see it. Anyone then that's looking at their feed, the Browns feed, could see it. So make sure you're aware that you are always sending messages to a bigger audience. So that's just a few things. Trends over here, anything that interests you, you go in there, and you know, if it's a hashtag, Everyone who tweets with that is going to show up in that feed, and you've got the top most looked at and engaged with tweets. You can click live, and it just shows you a whole lot of things there. So let's go back to that heart feature again. So let's say that I want to use the heart or the like as an archive. I want to put articles and things I'll go back to later. So let's say I want to see something that I have liked or hearted. I'm going to come back to my profile, times 10 books. I'm going to click there, and then here are my likes. And when I click in there, there's that article that I liked before, and it's right there. It's sort of archived for me on Twitter, and I could click into that because it's a link, and I can read that. And if you want to share a link, it's really easy on Twitter. You know, I just, this is off the screenshot, I believe, but I can come up and I can copy a web address. And again, I'm going to go back to Twitter, and I'm going to come up here to tweet. And if I tweet that, now I could have just retweeted this and it would have been faster, but just for this video, I'm showing you how easy this is. I copied a web address from my browser, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that in there. And the nice thing is, you see here it says like about 117 characters left. You get 140 characters on Twitter, so Twitter is going to shorten this for me when it tweets it, because this is certainly a whole lot more than 20 characters. But even though it shows me the entire tweet, what it's going to do is shorten that and make it great for me to add more to the tweet. And I would just say something about the Browns here. And you know, in fact, if I wanted the Browns to see my tweet, you know, I would write @Browns. Remember, those mentions lined up in that person or company's feed. And I can tweet that. And when I do, you see here, you know, that's tweeted. And there's that link. And I click into that, hover over it, it shows me a little bit about it. So that's how you do it. And now other people can come in who follow me, and they could retweet it. They could click and reply to me. They can like it themselves. You can click the little more here. You can do other things. You could share a direct message with someone that goes only to them. You could get a link to the tweet and share it somewhere else, like Facebook. If you had a blog, you could embed the tweet. That's pretty cool. And it would look like this, and you would copy that and paste it into your blog or website. So these are some of the more advanced features of Twitter. So now you can go in and you can set up your settings and your securities and your alerts and all of those things. And then we've got one more video coming up where we're going to talk about your profile, which Twitter makes it very easy to change your profile. So go ahead and have some fun with Twitter.